Good day, viewers. Welcome to to today's segment and on the subject, the English language. So today we're going to look at summary. It has been one of the most important topics to look at while talking about O levels, WAEC, GCE, NECO exams, and all that. Okay, so we'll be having so much to discuss on this topic because as an exam taker, one needs to really understand the nitty gritty on how to go along with this topic. So I'll be explaining some hints on the board as regards the passage that we have on the body in here. So um, let's start with the summary on the board and let's see the passage and how we can easily unravel the mystery next. So, first thing first, if you're asked to summarize in 5 sentences or in 4 sentences, or no matter how many sentences you're asked to summarize, it could be summarized in 5 sentences or maybe in one for each. At times, it could be two for each. So, if you're asked to summarize in 5 sentences, one for each, it means one sentence for this passage, another sentence for this passage, another for this, one. Because you've been asked to summarize in 5 sentences, one for each. So how will I know that at least one sentence for each paragraph? So what I need to do is that if I were to ask to summarize in all 5 sentences, I need to know the number of paragraphs. So if I have 5 paragraphs, it means I'm going to summarize one sentence at least for each paragraph. So if I am to summarize in 5 sentences, at least then I'm having 6 paragraphs. It means I should look at the 5 paragraphs that can easily give me what to write about, because one secret about paragraph is that a paragraph always have a topic sentence, and a topic sentence means what the paragraph is really talking about. The most easy part of summary is if 5 paragraphs and an exam taker has been asked to summarize in 5 sentences, one for each. I think that tells the exam taker that each paragraph we have a particular sentence or topic sentence to be summarized. So like what we have on the board, let's assume that you want to take an exam and you'll be asked to summarize in 5 sentences, one for each. So if you were taking such exam, just to count the paragraph, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, bingo, 5 paragraphs, 5 sentences. It means you should get at least a point out of this paragraph, another from this, another. So there are different patterns in which one could answer questions. The first pattern could be the introductory pattern. Most exam takers always like to use the introductory pattern. The introductory pattern is not something I can easily advise an exam takers to take, because it has a lot of techniques that an exam taker must abide by. So having said this, let us assume that I want to summarize this on the board. The passage is talking about, let me see, cultivation of crops and rearing of animals. Okay, let me start this way. I want to take an exam. This is summary. I want to summarize what's on the board. Let me try this way. Please, I would like you all to focus on what I'm about to do, because this could be you one day. So let's see what we have in here. The question is, summarize the passage in 5 sentences, one for each. Summarize the passage generally in 5 sentences. In 5 sentences, that is one for each. So if I want to summarize the passage generally, that is, so I can start this way. Let me use the introductory pattern. Please, I would like you all to concentrate on this. So just look at what you have on the board. Look at what you have on the. Now let's look at what you have on the board. If you are an exam taker and you want to summarize, and you summarize this way, let's look at the first paragraph, which reads this way: the act of cultivating crops and rearing of animals has been one of the affordable sins ever by mankind, as all daily and human needs are duly attached to this discourse. So that means that man can never do without the act of cultivation and rearing of animals. So let's say this is an example of an exam taker using an introductory method. So let's say the pattern of the introductory method in here, the act of cultivation are. So this serves as the introductory part of what this exam taker want to take. This is an introductory part, at least. It's coming up with a particular introduction. So let's see what we have in here. The first paragraph, do you think, or let us see if this exam taker at least did something quite reasonable here. The acts of cultivation are. Okay, then the exam taker start along with the first paragraph. It is the major root to everybody's need. Okay, let's look at the first paragraph. The response in the first sentence, does it really match with what is in the first paragraph? So let's see what we have in there. Okay, the first paragraph is talking about the fact that man can never do without this particular act being discussed in here. And so when we see this is what really the respondent put in here. Okay, so the exam taker is now put this that it is a major root. Yes, a very nice response in there. So let's look at paragraph 2. Spatula, ladle, chopboard, wooden mortar, alongside chairs, tables, benches, and so on, are all various homes. At all various homes are from the forest, so valuable that all the aforelisted are now defined necessities. Okay. Now the second paragraph is talking about man can never do without all that could be used in the kitchen and maybe the furniture that won't. So let's see the response in here. So the response: kitchen utensils and furniture are all from agriculture. Okay, this could be given to this exam taker, the pointing in there. So let's look at example 3, the paragraph first. Agro-bilateral and multilateral relationship cannot be overlooked, as many countries now share mutual economical relationship in form of commercial exchange to enrich their economical inputs and outputs. So this exam taker went ahead to say agriculture binds economic relationship among countries. Yes, we can give that particular reasoning with the paragraph. So let's see the fourth paragraph. Today, those who cultivate and rear animals, especially in commercial reasons, can always smile to the bank, as the global world is strictly attached to their farm produce. No wonder. Most can now send their children onwards for them to experience expensive formal academic training since it has become easily affordable. So the paragraph is talking about how modern farmers or those who cultivate and rear animals can easily make money to send their children to school to provide for whatever the family will. Okay, so let's see let's see the response in here. So the response here is modern farmers are financially capable to provide for their families. I think that was a very nice point in India. Nice one. At least so far so good. We've seen the response of these exam takers, at least from paragraph 1 to paragraph 4. Let's say paragraph 5. It is quite appreciating that modern agroeconomic is a total mechanized method that facilitates easy and speedy means with large positive results, tagged with reasonable profits. Nice to say that agroeconomic is now a practice being encouraged and taught in most formal institutions, both in low and high levels. So what this paragraph is talking about is that, okay, agroeconomic or agro-farming, which is more or less the modern farming, is something that is being embraced by all. At least it provides farmers with large outputs in which to bring in more profits and all that, as what's being taught at schools these days. So let's see what this exam taker responding here. So the response is modern agriculture are now recognized and taught at schools and universities. Well, nice one. So far so good. This exam taker has really done justice to the interpretation of the passage. At least, obviously, this exam taker really knew what the passage is, or what the paragraphs are really talking about. So, will you ever be like this exam taker? Will you ever write this way? Will you ever try to put your point according to how this exam taker has done it in here? Logically, yes. If I want to score this exam takers as regards all that was seen on the board, I think over 35. If I want to score this exam taker sincerely, with all the logical interpretation of the passages of the paragraphs, I will score this exam taker. It's going to score this exam taker like at least 3 over 35. 3 over 35. Yes, I repeat. 3 over 35. If you look at the response in here, excellent. But the arrangement, the logical pattern in here, saw this taker's response. Let's look at the introductory part that this person using in here. The act of cultivation are it is. So let's see what we have in here. So this is one major reason I always advise that any exam taker in the summary should not use introductory method, because the introductory method could easily make an exam taker fail an exam, like what has happened to this, particular exam taker, because of the introductory part. So all that he has written, for the fact that everything in here correct, the interpretation of the paragraphs are all well on point, but the logical arrangement in here, so we can say the grammatical sense of the introduction, or maybe the acts in which the introductory part has come in here, never tallied along with what should go along with past mark. So let's see what we have in here. Please, you should note that when using the introductory part, it must tally along with the sentence. Can you ever speak this way? The act of cultivation it is. It is. So if we look at this, the continuation, because the sentence is more or less a continuation of what this exam taker is trying to write. So if I would ever suggest, the exam taker must be conscious of how the introduction, that is the sentence introducing the beginning of the summary, how it goes. So why not say the act of cultivation are, or you can just say the act of cultivation, then and like I always say as well, that all exam takers should be careful repeating the word given in the particular passage or paragraph. So if I want to look at this, I can easily say the importance of agriculture, then I'll just say, put a colon. The importance of agriculture, then with a colon. So it would look at the importance of agriculture, colon. So it now starts the message. It is the major root to everybody's need. So if you look at that as well, it just be the importance of agriculture. The importance of agriculture, colon. Kitchen utensils so it goes along this way. So this is another method that someone could use, but having said this exam taker is still wrong. This exam taker cannot still score a reasonable point to pass the summary. Why? The importance of agriculture, colon, this full stop in here shows that the message stops here. Okay, so it means all that we have in here are not what should go along. So while using the introductory method, you don't need to add full stop. Everything goes on without full stops. You see, no full stop. Then in the end, that's when the full stop comes in. So one major reason I always advise exam takers that don't use the introductory method. It won't gonna go well at a point, because it's an examination atmosphere. So much tension that could come from all nooks and crannies. Okay, so having said this, look deeply as well. All the full stops been removed. So far so good. This exam taken will not still pass this exam. The reason is not far-fetched at all. While using a paragraph, okay, just let's put it this way. What I will try to suggest is that an exam taker should totally avoid the use of the introductory method. This is the punchy method. Go straight to the point. Just write in. Go straight to the point. Okay? You just go straight to the point. So that is what will be very much okay. So just look at it. Look at it very well. Then you see that it could still make much sense with this. So just look at it now. If you could still make more sense.